This evening, Minister Ramjatan aims to make police sharper and more organized. Attempted robbery victim appeals for public assistance in catching a thief. Ongoing police commissioner talks crime statistics. In the region, in Trinidad and Tobago, prison officers injured in attack at maximum security prison. And internationally, we take a look at the rise and fall of former South African President Jacob Zuma.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Today is Friday, February the 16th, 2018, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. The Chinese New Year, or the Spring Festival, falls on Friday, today. And this day is one of the most important traditional celebrations in China and other countries with a large Chinese population. Each year corresponds to one of 12 different zodiac signs and animals. This year is the year of the dog. Minister of Public Security, Kemraj Ramjatan, demands no more dull police. Speaking at this year's Police Officers Conference, Minister Ramjatan outlined plans to make the Guyana police force smarter, stronger, and more effective. Here's Wendell Jeffrey with more.
We have to get brighter people joining up the police force so that they can be in the management units, the human resource units, the cybercrime unit.
That was Minister of Public Security Kemraj Ramjatan speaking during the opening session of the annual police conference. Yesterday, the senior officers of the police force began their annual conference at the Eve Leary complex. The opening exercises was chaired by Assistant Commissioner of Administration, Clifton Hicken.
Welcome to the 2018 Officers Conference under the theme, Forging Ahead with Effective Policing through Strategic Human Resources, Operational Management, Partnership, and Professionalism.
The Assistant Commissioner listed some of the topics that will be discussed during the 2 days conference.
The topics that will be presented, just to name a few: analysis of unprofessional behavior to the force, review system of prosecution, restructuring the police divisions, crime issues and work plan 2018, preparation for local government election, just to name a few. The objective of building bridges with stakeholders to improve public trust.
The sessions began with a presentation by the Minister of Public Security, Kemraj Ramjatan. In line with this year's theme of forging ahead with effective policing, the minister told the officers that his government has been investing in the development of the force.
We have been giving a lot of training, mentioned also by the Commissioner of Police this morning. There was a time when I understand hardly ever policemen used to go overseas for training. Like people wanted policemen to be dull.
The minister said that that approach of keeping police dull has changed.
Not anymore. We want policemen to be bright. We want them to know the modern methods, the international practices, the human rights associated with practicing police.
For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. On Thursday, a U.S.-based Guyanese man was robbed of $7.4 million by armed bandits shortly after he cashed a check at a bank in Georgetown. Diodot Ramdio and Diomadi Siram reportedly visited a city bank around 11:45 a.m. to cash a check. When they arrived at their destination in Vrijslust, the suspects rode up on a black CG motorcycle. One of the gunmen ordered Ramdio to lie on the ground, and he complied. The man's accomplice pointed a gun at Siram and took away the bag containing the money and other documents. The suspects then fled the scene. Investigations are ongoing. Don't go away. We have more news for you after the break. For the best Creole food in town, come to Ridley's Restaurant. Taste our hot meals, fresh bread, and sweet pastries. Our spacious dining hall is free for all occasions. For reservations and more, call 226-2518 or 225-7245. We're open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wrigley's Restaurant, located at 38 Robb Street, Laceytown, between King and Wellington Streets. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Wrigley's Restaurant. Tasty and healthy eating.
I know who I am. I know who I am. I am yours. I am yours. I know who I am. Oh, I know who I am. I know who I am. I am yours. I am yours. And you are
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
It's Mash Romani in Guyana, and I'm here to tell you about our big Mash Down sale on February 22nd. All roads lead to clearance. I mean, there's no sense going anywhere else because we have everything you need right here at 134 Church Street. Now, prices will be mashed and slashed to half off on all ladies' dresses, tops, jeans, and sneakers. For my handsome fellas, we have half off on all men's shoes, pants, Nike sneakers, Kenneth Cole slippers, and jeans. Now remember, this sale is for one day only and just one day only. February 22nd. Here at Clarence, we're always keeping you in style.
There has been much discussion about homosexuals in the news recently, and tonight at 8 p.m. I will deal with the matter head-on.
Look at me now, I'm back to being who God wanted me to be as a man, and it doesn't really matter what I got between my legs because no one's going to see it anyway. And I've been reading my Bible every day, and all I could hear was God saying, well, you really need to go back to being who I made you.
Individuals who have a gender identity issue, and they need the love of Christ and the love of people in church.
If you are interested in how to interact with the members of the LGBT community, especially for the purposes of sharing the gospel of Christ with them, then join me tonight at 8 p.m.
Welcome back. Last month, a young man was the victim of an attempted robbery on Regent Street in broad daylight. Despite having multiple eyewitnesses, the incident on tape, and the suspect's alleged call name, police have yet to apprehend the would-be robber. Esther Sobers tells us more in this report.
On Monday, January 15th, Akim Harry made a transaction at the Demerara Bank on Camp Street. He promptly left the bank shortly before 1 p.m., but little did he know he was being trailed.
When I came out of the bank, I saw a guy and two girls pass me, and then I continued walking.
That same man allegedly accosted him once he reached Regent Street.
The guy came up to me and scrambled my jersey and asked me, "Where the money you owe me?" And I turned to him and I said, "Boy, I don't know what you're talking about." And then he handed me a slap. So I was confused. So from the time he handed me that slap, I realized it's Rob. He wants to rob me because I saw him before when I came out to the bank. So right with that flashed to me, and I said, "This guy," in my mind, "This guy wants to rob me." So I said, "This guy wants to rob me."
At this point, the bystander began to film the confrontation. Seeing the camera, he supposedly changed his robbery tactic.
Then he started claiming to say, "Oh, I do something to his sister."
I don't know your swear, man. That's what's in your sister, why would he
Which I was confused, and I keep saying that this guy want to rob me because people was around circling me, and I saw a man was videoing. So I turned and I said, this guy want to rob me. I don't know him. That's what I keep saying. And then he was saying, let's go to the police. I turned to him and I said, I'm not going to no police with you. Let somebody else take me. I said, you go to the police and bring them here. I'm not moving from here. He slapped me again, and then he walked away, and he went over to the police. I saw him talking to the police, and then I saw him walk through the next corner. So I didn't know what transpired after, but when I went out, they said the man done gone, and they sent me to make a report, and I made a report, and that was it.
Despite the dramatic scene, the would-be thief left empty-handed. Since reporting the matter, a friend of Harry claimed to know the alleged robber.
A friend of mine told me he knew the guy, and they said his call name is Corey, and he does be at the Black and White Bridge at I can't remember exactly where, and they also said he lives in Sapphire.
Harry was disappointed at the perceived lack of police attention to his case. As such, he's reaching out for the assistance of the general public. If you or anyone you know may have information on the identity of the man in the footage, you can call 911 or visit the nearest police station. For Channel 2 Headline News, I'm Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Today, 19-year-old Rachel Narayan and her mother, Kavita Prasad, appeared before Chief Magistrate Ann McLennan to answer a cocaine trafficking charge. The two were charged with trafficking almost 6 pounds of cocaine through the Chetty Jagan International Airport on February 14, 2018. They pleaded not guilty to the charge. Prosecutor of the Customs Anti-Narcotics Union, Conyo Sandiford, told the court that the teenager was about to travel to the U.S. when agents found the cocaine in her handbag during a search. The young woman and her mother, who had accompanied her to the airport, were taken into police custody where they subsequently confessed to the crime. The women were remanded to prison until February 22, 2018. Commissioner of Police Silal Prasad is nearing retirement. Wendell Jeffrey tells us that in yesterday's address at the police officers' annual conference, Prasad looked back on some of the most recent accomplishments of the force under his tenure.
2018 brought its own challenges to the Guyana Police Force, and once again the Guyana Police Force has demonstrated its resilience.
The top cop, Silal Prasad, is on his way out of the police force, and he seems to think that he's going out with a bang.
At the end of the year, our serious crime statistics show a decrease of 10% relative to the previous year. And over the last 5 years, when compared to the reported statistics in 2013, it reflected a 29% decrease. Orders, when we compare the last 2 years, we had a 19% decrease in recoveries. The statistics reflected a 13% decrease. Break and enter larceny, between the 2 years, a 17% decrease.
The public perceives the crime rate to be higher than the statistics declared. Silal recognizes this discrepancy and notes that the Guyana Police Force can base their numbers only on reported incidences of crime.
There are reported statistics, and that there is always a number of crimes that are unreported. Those are referred to as the dark figure of crime and is not reflected in our statistics.
The underreporting of crimes makes it difficult to reduce the gap between public perception and police statistics. The outgoing police chief explained some of the reasons why crimes may go unreported.
Consensual crimes or victimless crimes. The persons that sells narcotics, illicit narcotics, that buys illicit narcotics, that consumes illicit narcotics are committed crimes, but they are not reported. There's other reasons why people don't report crime, some of which people measure the utility they will gain from justice against the time that they will have to spend in order to achieve that justice. Public trust is a major issue. If people don't believe that their matter will be treated with professionally and that there will be an outcome, a justified outcome, then they will not be motivated to report it. Our serious crime statistics is showing a reduction of 23%. This happens to be my final conference. I will be proceeding on pre-retirement leave in a couple of weeks.
Commissioner Prasad reflects on his career and calls it a wonderful journey. Nonetheless, he is ready to enter the next phase of his life. Assistant Commissioner David Ramnarine had acted in the recent absence of Silal. Ramnarine has since gone on extended leave. No replacement for the top cop spot has since been announced. For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Join us after the break for regional news, international news, and more.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's for dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
For the best Creole food in town, come to Ridley's Restaurant. Taste our hot meals, fresh bread, and sweet pastries. Our spacious dining hall is free for all occasions. For reservations and more, call 226-2518 or 225-7245. We're open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wrigley's Restaurant, located at 38 Robb Street, Laceytown, between King and Wellington Streets. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Ridley's Restaurant. Tasty and healthy eating.
It's Mash Romani in Guyana, and I'm here to tell you about our big Mashdown sale on February 22nd. All roads lead to clearance. I mean, there's no sense going anywhere else because we have everything you need right here at 134 Church Street. Now, prices will be mashed and slashed to half off on all ladies' dresses, tops, jeans, and sneakers. For my handsome fellas, we have half off on all men's shoes, pants, Nike sneakers, Ken & Cole slippers, and jeans. Now remember, this sale is for one day only and just one day only. February 22nd. Here at Clarence, we're always keeping you in style.
There has been much discussion about homosexuals in the news recently, and tonight at 8 p.m. I will deal with the matter head on.
Look at me now, I'm back to being who God wanted me to be as a man, and it doesn't really matter what I got between my legs because no one's going to see it anyway. And I've been reading my Bible every day, and all I could hear was God saying, well, you really need to go back to being who I made you.
Individuals who have a gender identity issue, and they need the love of Christ and the love of people in church.
If you are interested in how to interact with the members of the LGBT community, especially for the purposes of sharing the gospel of Christ with them, then join me tonight at 8 p.m.
Welcome back. And we now take a look at the region. In Trinidad and Tobago, 2 prison officers had to be rushed to the hospital after being injured in an altercation with inmates at a maximum security prison. C News reports.
Prison officials remain tight-lipped on the details which led to the injuries sustained by 2 officers at the maximum security prison. When C News pressed for information, we were told by one source that the injuries were sustained during a physical altercation with inmates. While President of the Prison Officers Association, Sarah Richards, confirmed the officers were injured, he denied that any officer was stabbed in the head as initially reported in the media.
2 officers were injured in performing their duties at the maximum security prison sometime this morning, right? One sustained injuries to his head, the other sustained injuries to his leg. I can assure you no officer was stabbed on his head, as previously reported. Those officers were just doing their job, and from time to time, on the basis of carrying out prison duties, sometimes these things have the potential of happening.
C News, however, received reports indicating that the altercation might have arisen because of no airing time given to the inmates, specifically inmates on remand who are not yet convicted. We're told since the weekend the inmates have not been given airings and that attorneys representing some of them intend to take legal action regarding this matter. Sherilyn Lewis, C News.
And internationally, he once fought apartheid alongside Nelson Mandela and became known as the People's President after his rise to power. Now South Africa's President Jacob Zuma has been forced to resign amidst years of corruption accusations and the loss of confidence from his party, the African National Congress. BBC News takes us through the rise and fall of Jacob Zuma.
You people, let's get out now, baby.
Reach a solution without going the route of a bloodbath.
It would be best to release Honorable Jacob Zuma from his responsibilities as Deputy President of the Republic and member of the Cabinet.
Are you a crook? Me? I'm saying I'm not a crook. I've never been a crook. I'll never be a crook.
Untold millions have voted for the ANC.
Zuma must fall. That's why we are here. Zuma must fall. 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 Yeah.
And now for your 7-day weather forecast. Here's this week's bridge retraction schedule and today's foreign currency exchange rates. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Friday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook and YouTube. You can also tune in Sunday morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Monday evening at 7 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing off, saying thank you for welcoming us into your homes, and do have a blessed weekend.